Hi everyone, welcome to this episode from Accessible AI Hub. So today we have our very own teammates who are part of the Accessible AI Hub as well as our special guests. So welcome Kalyan and Surya. Thank you so much for joining this session firstly. So let us begin by having a quick introduction of yourselves.
Hello all, myself Kalyan. I'm a fifth year MTech integrated software engineering student from Veller Institute of Technology, Chennai. And currently I'm an analyst intern at HSPC. So other than that, I'm a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Gold and a three-time Google Cloud Arcade facilitator. And apart from the community building and the internships I do, I mostly concentrate on research. So when it comes to my research profile, I do mostly idea generation in the form of patent writing, patent publishing and filing. And other than that, I have published more than around 9 research papers and book chapters, around 10 book chapters. So this is a quick intro about myself.
So Kalyan has a lot of research exposures. Okay, so myself Surya, and I'm a fifth year MTech integrated software engineering student at VIT Chennai, and I'm currently working as an analyst intern at HSBC. Coming to my profile, it's like I have published around two research papers, one journal paper, and I currently hold two utility patents. And my field of interest is in Gen AI and DevOps. That's it.
That's great. Glad to hear from the two of you on your education and your involvement in research and other activities as well. But delving more into the domain, so you both have joined as analysts recently in a fintech firm. So, would you like to mention shortly to begin with about how you transitioned from being a student in MTech software engineering to an analyst? So, what interested you the most about the domain?
Uh, to be honest, our degree is software engineering. The first question everybody is asking is why into an analyst in this kind of firm, right? So when it comes to software engineering, we do have many methodologies, right? Agile is there, Kanban is there. So each and every methodology do have a value. So values and perspective for each methodology. Like this, we do have research papers on analysis, data analysis, and all this firm. So, but it may be different firm. It may be finance firm or bank firm, but it is data analyst. So, at last, what we are trying to say is the firm might be different. It may be healthcare, it may be a, product-based company, or it may be a bank, but the role is analyst. So the thing what we are going to do that we will be doing here. So that made us to do here, but we have certain values for the analyst role here. So that's one of the reason we follow that. Apart from SDE, we choose analyst as our path because we too try SDEs, but at last we found that analyst will be a good choice for me. I guess Surya too. I guess let's see what he answers.
So actually, HSBC was not the first company I sat for. So this is around like my second interview. My first interview was with other companies, and between my first interview and second interview, there were more than 20 companies. So meanwhile, this time, even though if I don't get opportunity to sit for interviews, I started building projects with Python. Especially, I love working with data. So as Kalyan said, if you love working with data, you can be a data analyst or data scientist. In every domain, the domain of data changes. It may be a healthcare data or a finance data or other kind of hardware sensor data. So just the domain of data changes, but the role of analyst or the data scientist remains the same, and the value it possesses is also the same. And here at fintech, the role of data analyst is quite strong compared to how people judge that. So I think this is also a good opportunity to look into it.
Very well said. So we've spoken about how analyst role is different and how it remains constant throughout different domains that we pursue, whether it's healthcare or fintech or anything. But a specific question with respect to the role and the tech stack. So when it comes to being an analyst, brings together finance, tech, and data majorly. But how do you see the possibility of AI incorporation into this? Because I know that the two of you are very much interested in AI related things, and we have also collaborated on a couple of workshops as well. So I would love to hear your perspectives on this.
Yes.
Uh,
So AI is already a backbone for finance, starting from finding the anomalies in transactional data, as well as in automating jobs, repetitive jobs. AI is already started becoming a part of finance, and I think there is a huge opportunity in AI in finance, and there's a lot more to look into that. I think you can get a Kalyan's perspective too.
to be honest, processing a data and making an automated flow, AI might be a part of that when it comes to data analysis, because automation needs AI. Because the framework which we are using, Python and all, we mostly depend on AI to automate data more. We won't. To be honest, it may be any field. It is doing something with data manually. It is hard. Automating things work. So AI might be there in that particular firm, but we can't trust AI when it comes to data handling. There might be a validation team too working there, but you can rely a 10% AI on that field as well.
Certain things AI is completely restricted considering this is
Yeah.
a finance domain. Apart from that, for a non-risky task, AI is becoming the new normal here.
Okay, so summarizing what you have said in the last few minutes, so you're saying that while we can use AI for making our work simpler, you can't completely rely on AI to act autonomously or independently. So it just acts as a co-pilot here,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Going back to our college works, are there any specific internships that you took, or any specific hackathons or competitions that you participated that brought you closer to the domain of data analysis?
Definitely. So I worked as an LLM ops intern at a company called Nertum. So I was exposed to that was a time when I was firstly exposed to generative AI, LLMs, managing cloud infrastructures, automating the data pipeline, etc. And being a Microsoft student ambassador, I to get free cloud credits. So I used that as a leverage to explore this domain completely, and that was a great potential start for me in this particular domain. And I think that's one of the main reason how I got into HSBC.
Cool. Actually, that's a very great answer. He did an internship in LLM, but from my perspective, I didn't do any internships in LLM, but I do internships at SDE testing, but not LLM, and do community support as well, but not LLM. But how can I enter into this field? Is via this research as a work, proof of work. So in my research is mostly on cloud, deep learning, and AI. So I enter into this LLM field via that only. And though and we have done many projects as well in Azure. As Surya told, as a Microsoft student ambassador, we do get the cloud credits. So we have did projects in AI Foundry, and that's the place we got exposed to that LLM part, seeing the LLMs working. So we thought of doing many projects there. So that's my way of getting into this LLM AI. Apart from the SDE person or community person, by research papers and research, I get into this LLM field.
That's interesting to hear about. So now let's understand what was your unique selling point when it came to placements and you were sitting from the integrated MTech domain. And something which I think the analyst profile demands is your problem solving skills, your attention to detail, and all of that. So we spoke about research and involvement in community work in tech as well, but I would like to hear, like, this was my unique selling point. So what would you value the most that gave you this role?
Okay, so the first thing is I noticed one particular pattern when I was sitting through multiple companies. The thing is, a resume without a generative AI project is rejected. Even for this analyst role, many people I saw their resumes. So most of the resume was like customer churn prediction, anomaly detection. It's just another Google Colab notebook you download from GitHub and upload it. So When you solve a real world problem using the latest tech stack, that makes you stand out of the crowd, and that gets you the opportunity for the interviewer to see your resume and make them feel this candidate is worth interviewing. So my point is, if you are not into generative AI still now, it's the perfect time to start. It's never too late. And yeah, let's see about Kalyan's perspective too.
From my perspective, I'm not talking about bank based. Normally, when it comes to a placement or anything, it's not only the project that gonna speak. It's if you want to stand apart from the crowd when your college is having more strength than 7K and you have to be out of the crowd because your CGPA alone can't matter much because around in a crowd of 7K more than 1,000 people may get a 9 CGPA, so all the 1,000 people get a very great job is a very difficult task. That's the reality. So if you want to get out of the crowd, what I followed is I started my fourth year because I'm a fourth year MTech, my 5 year MTech. When you are a BTech guy, you can start even second year or something because your placement may start. So I prefer a process or a pipeline, right? So the pipeline is mostly starting from idea generation, making a project, making it as a report. I will tell what is that report about and exposing it to a hackathon or something. This is what my pipeline. I didn't achieve the last step, that is hackathon. I didn't win any hackathons, but I achieved the first three steps. So the idea generation. Idea generation is whenever you get an idea, file it. That's called patent. Just file the patent. It will be in Indian patents, and okay, you are done with the patent search and patent filing, and then make it as a project. The next part, make it as a project, make it as a prototype, working model, anything you can call. Okay, you are done with your project. You don't want to stop here itself. Make it as a white paper. Simple. Tell about your project as a research paper. What you have done and what problem it solves and what are the existing thing which matches to your particular project. That's called research paper. So then you can take that to a funding project or hackathon, anything it may be. But these first three steps might help you to get a job or get select for interview at least, because the first round, only the coding round is mandatory, but still for your resume to get shortlisted for the interview, you can follow this my suggestion. So this is my way of getting into any selecting into any R&D roles or any analyst roles, because R&D roles the research paper can speak. When it comes to an analyst role, the Python projects may speak. But this patent is it will be useful when the interviewer is testing your idea generation or your thought process. They might This might help you. So this is my way to getting selected for any interviews. To be honest, I get selected for only one interview,
So
but that helped me, I guess.
Okay,
So
that's
to
great to
summarize, you
hear.
just need a
Mhm.
proof of work or whatever you have done. That proof of work might be a research paper or a patent or a working project that has been hosted in a particular website. You don't keep your best of the project as a local host. Try to deploy it and showcase to the interviewer. So because they can't access to your local host, you can't just say it works in my machine. So that's the point.
Okay, those are really great tips. So now, if you want to suggest something to someone who's looking at a similar career pathway, like maybe a fresher from college who wants to enter into a domain similar to this, what will be maybe a quick overview of a roadmap that they can follow to delve into this domain? Like, what are the things they have to learn? Where do they have to look for resources? Any suggestions are welcome.
Kalyan will start.
Okay. So basically, when you are an analyst, the term itself tell you'll be handling a very large amount of data. It may be SD, it may be anything. Data will be there. Okay. So for handling data, try to learn uh, try to learn about data and types of data and how you process the data. How will you visualize it? Basically, basic things to know about data. So you all know that. Don't think that the data which you are getting is fully cleaned or something. So you should know how to. It's data is like your girlfriend or boyfriend, so, and then you have to look at like a very clean or that you have to take care of that data. So it is very secure. So the data cleaning, the exploratory data analysis, all the basic things need to know by the participant or any student. And then next they have to know, with this data what can we do, what can we develop, what kind of project we can use, and how can we structure this data, and if we how what is the pipeline we can build to process this data and take it to the next level. So these things are mandatory if you want to handle data, because data is very sensitive, and data needs to be secure. So these are the main aspects they need to look upon.
So if you are a student who is completely solely depending on the campus placements, I would like to recommend you just start DSA from the very first year. So it doesn't matter if you're going to become a software developer engineer or a blockchain developer or an analyst, or even if it is a marketing kind of stuff. All these companies initially conduct a DSA test. Even as an analyst role, I gave a DSA test for getting shortlisted for the interview. So DSA is mandatory no matter which role you are aiming for. So once you start getting with DSA, you understand how programming works, the fundamentals of programming. How do you architect solutions? And from that, it is easy to find and pick up a domain and get deeper with it. So first strengthen your DSA, and then you pick a domain and you get better in it, build projects, construct proof of works, and definitely a job is waiting for you.
Okay, that's great. So now that we have come to almost the end of this podcast, what was the last 10 days of job like? Because you've just joined there, and how was it? How was the experience?
So first
I
day it
will
was
go first.
completely, yeah, okay,
Shall
Kalyan will go. He has a lot to
yeah,
share.
I will go that. Okay. So basically, to be honest, I'm so satisfied with the last 10 days. That was a very good work culture. Work-life balance is there, and they made us learn because you know that we are from software engineering degree, and this is a bank. So they made us learn about the basics and what you have to learn. These are the things. So you have to learn firstly, at least what is this firm is about. So right now we are learning, and it was so smooth, to be honest, and so smooth, so friendly environment, and we learned a lot about so much terms. We learned about bank sectors and how they function, to be honest. So it was very smooth, and there is a lot of learning in these 10 days itself. Hope it will be continued. Yeah, hope it will be continued for that. Yeah.
Okay, for me, it's like I am from SD role, SD field, and this is a completely opposite domain, finances. So the last time I handled some big finances, my monthly 2000 budget and how to save it for the last birthday party during my hostel days. So from that particular experience, handling a large amount of data and the risky finance part is completely different, and you must be quick enough to adapt to it and start learning and show interest towards it. And the work-life balance is really good, and these 10 days are going. Yeah, it's good actually. They are very friendly. The workspace is decently good, and the coworkers are also very approachable, and it's all going perfect.
Okay, that's really amazing to hear about. So, before we wrap this up, any closing remarks from the two of you?
Yes. So there are some people who have extraordinary projects and you have the great skills, but you might still struggle for placements. So that's the main thing when like people start losing the momentum, people start giving up, and people think placements is not for them. I have seen my friends who have a really great resume with good amount of projects, but still get rejected. See, Kalyan is raising his hands. Yeah, but as Kalyan said, the HSBC was the first interview that he has attended, but before HSBC, he has been got rejected to so many companies just because he wasn't given a chance. So there are so many people like that who are very great in what they are currently doing. They have a good skills and good amount of projects, but just because you get rejected for one particular company, don't stop losing your momentum. There is always a good company waiting for you. Just wait for the time to get aligned with you. You just don't give up. Keep grinding the projects. Keep getting your hands dirty with code, and I wish you best of luck for all.
And yeah, the same. HSBC was my first interview. Though I have a very good profile. Placement started at March, and I got placed at May. I got many rejections. I
Same.
didn't even get to the interview round. Only the technical round arrived, and nothing much. As everybody, I also thought that I have a very good resume. I have done this much research. I have this much project internships. But why can't I clear it to the next level? Then only I learned to be a patient. You should have some patience in mind. The right time will come, the right company will come for you. Don't lose your patience and hope. You are very well knowledged. You are very well, what is that, aim to be go to the very good company as well. A good company is waiting for you. The thing is, you need patience. uh, everybody can't get placed in the first company what is coming to the college. Same I thought. One company came and R&D role is there, but my resume is not shortlisted. What? So and I
Yeah,
continue.
that
I face,
happens.
yeah,
You know,
I face continuous
some
rejections as
companies come with a JD that perfectly matches with your
well.
resume,
Mhm.
and we
Yeah,
think like we will be a perfect candidate for that. But eventually, we will getting rejected, and some random resume will be getting shortlisted, and that's where people start losing their hopes, and they think all kind of negative thoughts come
yeah,
arrive.
yeah. That's the thing. At this point only, you should not lose your hope and keep grinding, keep coding, keep learn things. Don't stop. A good company will be there for you either as an analyst or as an SDE. So, wishing you a very best luck for the people who are preparing for placements. Hope this podcast with myself and Surya might be working for you. Yeah, thank you.
Indeed. So thank you so much for joining us today, Surya and Kalyan. So it was really amazing interviewing you guys, and I really look forward to see what you're achieving in your careers as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for having us. Thank you.